Did you know there's a country where snow-covered villages double as secret nighttime playgrounds? Where women flirt with nothing more than a glance, and their independence is more alluring than any outfit? A place where dragons come alive on human skin, lakes are clean enough to drink from, and demons march through the streets to scare children. This is Austria, home to seductive nightlife, ancient rituals, and cultural quirks so strange that even the locals hesitate to speak of them. Are you curious? Nestled in the heart of the Tyrolean Alps, Mayrhofen is the kind of mountain town that looks like it leapt out of a snow globe. Cozy wooden chalets, pine trees powdered like sugar, quiet streets that echo with the crunch of fresh snow beneath your boots. But don't let its small size fool you. This alpine village has only about 3,800 full-time residents. Yet during ski season, it balloons to over 40,000. That's more than a 10-to-1 ratio of visitors to locals. By day, Mayrhofen is a skier's paradise. The modern Penkenbahn cable car soars you nearly 6,000 feet above sea level, where 88 miles of pristine trails stretch like frozen veins across the Alps. The air up here is thin, clean, and addictively quiet. But when the sun dips behind Mount Hintertux, something else stirs. Over 50 bars and pubs come alive, some thumping with electronic bass lines, others soft-lit with woodfire and jazz. Outside, girls in short skirts, thick coats, and high boots both invite and guide visitors to unique entertainment spots. Adult entertainment activities in Austria is legal but heavily regulated. In ski towns like this, that legality slips into a gray zone, half seen and half understood. You might pass neon-lit windows labeled Damen, Sauna Club, or Laufhaus. Just a silent understanding, part of the alpine nightlife few tourists talk about openly. Unlike the vibrant or sweet looks often seen in Southern European women, Austrian women have a calm, healthy, and deep beauty. You'll notice it first in the way they carry themselves. Tall posture, fair skin, kissed by alpine air, sharp cheekbones that don't need makeup to stand out. But it's not just how they look, it's how they move. Deliberate, self-assured, effortlessly feminine, but never performative. They radiate self-assurance, know what they want, and don't need attention to be attractive. Flirting here isn't bold or obvious, it's subtle. A second glance, a question asked twice, an extra moment of pause before the conversation ends. According to Eurostat, Austria ranks among the top countries in Europe for delayed marriage and long-term singleness. Especially in cities like Vienna and Salzburg, a high percentage of women aged 25 to 40 are not partnered. But that doesn't mean they're closed off to connection. It just means that partnership here isn't pursued out of pressure. It's chosen, slowly, consciously, and only when it's worth it. Let us know in the comments, are you impressed by the women in Austria? If you'd like to learn more about how to connect with these beautiful women, comment 4, and we'll reveal the secrets you've been waiting for. Welcome to Klagenfurt. Every July or sometimes September, it becomes the pulsing heart of global body art. It's called the World Body Painting Festival. Over 300 artists, more than 50 nations, 30,000 curious visitors, all descending on this lakeside town. Glowing dragons that move with each step in a three-dimensional world map that lights up under UV create optical illusions that trick the eye. Their bodies shimmer in neon blue and fire red as dusk falls. You think you're looking at a costume until it moves and blinks. Beyond the catwalks and cameras, there's a 5-day creative academy, workshops on color theory, UV layering, illusion design, and you can model, volunteer, shoot photography. It's found in places where the mountains lean close, where mist hugs the rooftops, and where life moves slowly. Hallstatt covers just 23 square miles, about a third the size of Disney World. Yet it's so beautiful, China built a copy. Pastel cottages clinging to steep cliffs, glassy lake waters that reflect the sky like a mirror, fog curling over the rooftops like incense smoke. You can kayak across Hallstätter Sea. Explore the world's oldest salt mine, dating back to the Bronze Age, or just sit in a cafe and watch the mist roll in like a secret. So go early, or go in October when the air is crisp and the tourists are fewer. Watch the sunrise from the lake. It feels like time folds in on itself. Now head west. Zellem Sea is what you get when you cross a postcard with a playground. An emerald blue lake at the base of snowy peaks. It's a rare place where you can ski in the morning and paddleboard in the afternoon. And the lake, it's clean enough to drink. Locals will tell you they do it. And they're not joking. On a summer day, you can fill your bottle while floating on a paddleboard and taste water that feels like it was made yesterday. Zellem Sea lives in two worlds, winter and summer. In winter, it's snow-dusted chalets and ski lifts. In summer, it's biking trails, glacial dips, and mountain picnics that make your phone camera work overtime. If you like stories wrapped in stone, drive north to Melk Abbey. Perched on a hill above the Danube, this Benedictine monastery looks like something pulled from a Wes Anderson film. Symmetrical, ornate, surreal. Inside, over 100,000 rare manuscripts live in its library, some handwritten on parchment, centuries old. You'll see ceiling frescoes from the 1700s, spiral staircases, and quiet courtyards where time holds its breath. Now for something completely different. Graz is Austria's second largest city and one of its least understood. A floating steel island in the middle of the Mur River. An alien-looking art museum called Kunsthaus that locals jokingly call the Friendly Blob. And a food culture that's obsessed with pumpkin seed oil, dark green, nutty, drizzled on everything from salads to vanilla ice cream. This city was named a UNESCO City of Design. But not only stopping at the landscape, the country is also famous for unique festivals that you have never heard of in your life. Let's explore with us. But first, take 5 seconds to hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any of our new content. Some countries throw festivals to entertain tourists. Austria throws them to express who they are. In July and August, Salzburg transforms. Cobblestone alleys become catwalks for tuxedos. Outdoor stages fill with strings and sopranos. Locals and visitors gather under centuries-old Baroque domes to hear Mozart where Mozart was born. One of the world's largest and most prestigious classical music festivals, the Salzburg Festival draws over 250,000 visitors each year. Come December, Austria becomes a snow globe. Every year, more than 3 million people visit Vienna's Christmas market, making it one of Europe's largest winter festivals. The smell of cinnamon, roasted nuts, and mulled wine, Glühwein, wafting through the air. Girls in red scarves laugh softly, holding steaming mugs under golden lights. Don't miss Krampuslauf, a quirky but unique festival where people dress as the demon Krampus and parade through the old town to remind kids to behave before Christmas. They wear hand-carved wooden masks, animal furs, and enormous bells that clang like war drums. When summer ends and the cows come down from the Alps, Austria doesn't just welcome them, they throw a full-blown party. It's called Almabtrieb, and it's a mix of agricultural ritual and joyful chaos. Thousands of cows are dressed up with flower garlands, bells, and ribbons, and led down from the mountains to the plains in a massive parade. Girls in traditional dirndl dresses, braided hair, tight corsets, and puffy skirts dance in the streets. Folk music blares, locals cheer and toast, and the cows are the stars while old men play accordions nearby. Which festival impressed you the most? Let us know in the comments. And if you'd like us to share tips on how to fully experience these incredible festivals, comment 6. Hidden like a jade gem in the center of Europe, Austria is a small country with a surprisingly unique geographic location. Austria has no ocean, no coastlines, but it borders 8 countries: Germany, Czechia, Slovakia, Hungary, Slovenia, Italy, Switzerland, and Liechtenstein. From Vienna, you can hop on a train and be in Budapest, Munich, or Prague in just a few hours. Border hopping here is as casual as a weekend road trip in the US. About 60% of Austria is covered by the Alps. Summers are mild, rarely above 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Winters dip to the 20s. You've heard people speak German, but you may not have heard Austrian German. It's softer, slower, and packed with local dialects so strong, even Germans sometimes need subtitles when watching Austrian TV. Austria has just under 9 million people, but its GDP per capita exceeds $56,000, higher than France, the UK, or Japan. And yet in Austria, wealth is private, taste is quiet, and showing off is considered rude. Vienna has been named the most livable city in the world 11 times. Most recently in 2024 by Mercer and the Economist Intelligence Unit. So what makes a city of 1.7 million people so quietly irresistible? Vienna is draped in palaces, museums, and imperial landmarks. You might come across Schönbrunn Palace, the Habsburg summer residence with 1,441 lavish rooms, or St. Stephen's Cathedral with its colorful tiled roof is a permanent mosaic in the Old Town. Vienna works because it's balanced. Healthcare is universal and high quality. Education is free or affordable, even at the university level. Crime rates are among the lowest in Europe. Trains and trams that are on time to the minute, clean, and cost under $60 a month for unlimited rides. Vienna lives with music. From Mozart and Strauss to modern jazz and experimental strings, the city offers over 15,000 concerts per year. That's more than 40 per day. And tickets? You can attend an opera performance for as little as €4, cheaper than a cappuccino downtown. Austria's coffee culture started over 300 years ago, and today it's more than just alive, it's a refined symbol of Austrian life, especially in Vienna. Walk through any Viennese street in the early morning and you'll smell it before you see it. Dark roast, steamed milk, and something sweet baking in the back. Over 1,000 coffee houses in the capital alone, from the grand institutions like Café Central, where Freud and Trotsky once sat with folded newspapers, to small neighborhood cafes tucked behind ivy-covered corners. In Austrian culture, a cup of coffee is food for the soul. People sit for hours with one cup, reading, writing, thinking, watching the rain slide down the windows. No one rushes you. No one clears your table. Even if you've only spent €3, your space is respected, and depending on where you are, your coffee will tell a different story. Vienna, order a melange, an espresso with hot milk and a little foam. It's the city's signature drink. Graz, go for an Einspänner. Strong black coffee in a glass topped with whipped cream. Elegant and bold. Salzburg, try the Fiaker. Black coffee spiked with rum. Perfect for winter days. Tyrol, you'll get it straight. Dark, black, no sugar, no milk. A mirror of the people and the mountains. According to the latest data from the World Health Organization and Eurostat, nearly 60% of Austrian adults are overweight or obese. That's the highest obesity rate in the European Union. That means out of every 5 adults, at least 3 have weight issues. Start with a slice of Sachertorte, a rich, almost sinful chocolate cake layered with apricot jam and topped with whipped cream. Pair it with a foamy melange, and you've just consumed 1,000 calories of tradition. Add in Wiener Schnitzel, Knödel, and Apfelstrudel, and it's no wonder things get heavy. Austrian cuisine is comfort food turned into an art form. Deep-fried, buttery, often creamy, always generous. And you're not just eating, you're indulging. Because food here isn't just about fuel, it's about heritage. Despite high obesity rates, Austria is still ranked as one of the healthiest countries in terms of life expectancy. The average Austrian lives to over 82 years. Austrians may indulge in rich foods, but they also walk a lot. Public transport is used more than private cars. Cities are pedestrian-friendly. Small towns have hiking trails as their backyards. And unlike in many parts, everyone has access to healthcare, early, preventive, and consistent. Chronic conditions are caught early, medications are affordable, There's no financial stress barrier to treatment. In Austrian culture, being late, even by 3 to 5 minutes, is considered rude, even disrespectful. From childhood, Austrian kids are taught to show up early to school. Buses run to the minute. Trains pull in exactly when the schedule says they will. Punctuality is just the start. Austrians take pride in their surroundings, and that means order matters. People don't run red lights even at 2 a.m. with no cars in sight. They sort their recycling into 6 categories in most neighborhoods. They don't talk loudly on public transport. They don't cut lines. They don't litter. And here's the wild part. They don't need anyone to watch them do the right thing. They do it because that's what's expected. In Austria, the government will literally pay you to buy a car. But not just any car. Austria currently offers subsidies of up to $5,400 for each citizen who buys a qualifying electric vehicle. It's one of the most aggressive green transportation strategies in Europe. And it's working. When you buy an electric car, you not only get a government rebate, up to $5,400 but also no CO2 registration tax. Discounted charging rates. Priority parking in cities like Vienna, Graz, and Linz. A bonus of $650 if you install a home charging station. It's a full-on package designed to make switching easy, smart, and economical. Buy a gasoline car, and a mid-size gas-powered SUV could cost you over $9,000 more in the first 3 years alone compared to an EV, just from taxes, fuel, and maintenance. As of 2023, about 25% of all new cars sold in Austria are electric or hybrid. That number is rising every year. This isn't about guilt, it's about incentives. Austria knows people don't change just because they should. They change when it saves them money and improves their lives. And because cities here are compact, with good infrastructure and clean energy, EVs actually work. You don't need a huge range when most commutes are under 30 minutes. Living in Austria is like wearing a hand-knit sweater, not flashy, but warm, sturdy, and crafted with care down to the smallest detail. And while it might not have the flash of a global capital or the beach life of a tropical island, Austria quietly ranks among the happiest and healthiest places on Earth. According to the 2024 World Happiness Report, Austria sits at 14th place, beating the US, ranked 23rd, and France, 21st. Austrian children attend top-rated public schools completely free. And unlike in many parts of the world, they walk alone without fear. Crime rates are low. Neighborhoods are tight-knit. Public spaces are built with safety in mind. Austria's air quality ranks among the cleanest in Europe, thanks to strict pollution controls and abundant green space. In fact, over 50% of Vienna is made up of parks, forests, and gardens. Even hospitals are eco-friendly. Austria was the first country in Europe to implement nationwide green hospitals, powered by renewable energy, recycling medical waste, and built with sustainable materials. Healthcare? Free. And fully functional, modern, and accessible medical care for everyone. In Austria, retirement doesn't mean slowing down, it means switching gears. Citizens who retire are encouraged to stay active as full-time volunteers, with tax benefits and social programs that keep them engaged. Add to that the Urlaubsziel, a government-backed vacation bonus worth 13 to 15% of your monthly salary, meant to be spent on rest. Living in Austria may not be as dirt cheap as Eastern Europe, but for the quality of life you get, it's one of the smartest investments in Europe. In Vienna's city center, a one-bedroom apartment will cost you around $1,000 to $1,400 per month. In the suburbs or outer districts, prices drop to around $750 to $950. And here's the kicker, you don't need a car. That saves you hundreds each month, no gas, no insurance, no parking headaches. Groceries expect to spend about $300 to $400 per month for one person. Dining out, a casual sit-down meal will run you $14 to $18. A doner kebab or street snack, just $4 to $6. Coffee, around $3 for a melange, and they'll let you sit with it for 3 hours. Public transportation here isn't just convenient, it's reliable. A monthly pass in Vienna costs about $55. Unlimited use of all trams, buses, subways, and regional trains inside the city. High-speed Wi-Fi, $30 to $40 per month. Utilities, electricity, heating, water, around $100 to $150 per month, depending on usage and season. If you're a resident, on a work visa, student visa, or through the red-white-red card, public healthcare is included. If you're a digital nomad or traveler, private international insurance is required. Expect to pay $75 to $150 per month, depending on your age and coverage. Freelancers can apply under the freelance artist visa or establish a one-person business. Einzelunternehmen. Remote workers need to prove income and purchase long-term health insurance. Skilled professionals can apply through the red-white-red card based on education, experience, and industry demand. Most visas require some German, but not all, and the paperwork, while dense, is manageable with the right guidance. In America, home ownership is often seen as the ultimate goal, but in Austria, that dream takes a different shape. Over 45% of people rent their homes, and in big cities, the number rises to 80%, one of the lowest home ownership rates in Europe. The rental system in Austria is built on trust, transparency, and tenant power. Rents are heavily regulated, especially in older buildings. The government supports social housing programs called Gemeindewohnungen that offer high-quality apartments at affordable prices. Long-term leases are common, 10, 20, even 40 years, and often renewable indefinitely. Landlords can't kick you out just because they feel like it. Eviction requires serious legal cause. Many families live in the same rented apartment for 30 to 40 years and even pass the lease to their children if allowed. If music is the universal language, Austria is where the first notes were written, and still echo today. Vienna's the music capital of the world. Over 15,000 concerts are held here every year, more than 40 per day. From underground jazz and smoky bars to grand opera houses filled with gold and velvet, Austria isn't just proud of its musical past, it's still playing it. Mozart was born in Salzburg and composed like a man possessed. Haydn, the father of the symphony. Schubert, with his heartbreak songs that still hit. Johann Strauss II, the king of the waltz. Even Beethoven, though German-born, made Vienna his home. He lived, worked, and passed away here. Anyone can attend an opera for as little as €4, cheaper than a cup of coffee in central Vienna. €4 to hear world-class performances in the same halls that once hosted kings and emperors. Most school children learn at least one instrument, and many keep playing into adulthood. Walk through a park in Vienna and you might hear someone practicing violin on a bench. Enter a community hall in Graz and find an amateur orchestra rehearsing for a local concert. We've explored 9 amazing facts about this incredible country. If you enjoyed the video about Austria, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Your support is the driving force that helps us continuously improve and bring you even more engaging content. Thank you, and see you in our next travel documentary. We are so glad you are with us today. Please leave a comment, like the video to support us, and subscribe for more videos. See you soon.